Hey, what is up, everybody? Welcome to episode three,
baby.
Yeah, of Zeal TV. So here we go. Let's kick it off as we always do. Z is for zealous and intensity and passion for life and achievement. E in Zeal is for energy. We bring a positive energy into people's lives daily. A is for action. We don't need to talk about what we want, what we're going to do. We do it. We act. We get results. And L is for leadership. We are people on a mission to develop leaders. Zeal, friends, family, get excited because for the first time in the history of Zeal TV, again, only 3 episodes strong now, we are bringing in a guest speaker. We're going to be interviewing with Mr. Ryan. We call him Big Daddy Drysdale. Ryan, say hi to everybody.
Hey, Zeal Nation. How's it going? Excited to be here.
Yes, sir. This guy is the man. So you better have your pens and notepads ready to take notes on this guy. We'll interview him here in a couple of minutes. But the first thing I want to do is kick off with some recognition. So, folks, those folks that are with Zeal and Family Heritage, you know that we just completed week 34, which completed month 8, the production month 8. Which leaves 4 months, 1/3 of the year left. So we have completed 2/3 of the production year of 2017. Let me talk to you about some of the amazing accomplishments from that week as well as this past month. So first off, I want to give a huge welcome, a warm Zeal family welcome to the following 3 representatives. This guy knows, gosh, Ryan, I think you know all 3 of those actually, but Robert Jaskowski, we call him Bob. He goes by Bob. He was recruited by none than the other Ryan Drysdale. We've got Dallas Johnson in the Kansas City market, recruited by Nick Burrell. Welcome to the team, Dallas and Bob. And then we've got Joshua Kix Miller, recruited also by Ryan Drysdale here in the Central Missouri market. Ryan, you want to tell us about a couple of these folks that you know?
Yeah. So Bob Jaskowski left a 6-figure income to start with us in our Chicago market. Pretty excited to have Bob. This guy's unbelievably sharp. He came in to be a leader from the get-go. So excited about Bob. Josh Kixmiller's had an insurance license for 7 years. Took him and his wife out to eat for dinner, and he agreed to come on board. His wife's 100% behind him, and just excited to have him. So both these guys are really sharp. Dallas, I haven't met in person yet, but I hear great things. So she's pretty cool.
Awesome. So welcome to the family, the 3 of you. We want to recognize next the top 5 sales professionals in week 34. That was the week starting August 7th. And the top 4 spots. In the number 4 spot, Dan Lorenz. Ryan, Dan wrote over 3,000 that week.
Yeah, awesome job, Dan. Great
Huge
job.
week, man. Andy Drysdale, the younger bro to this guy. And Andy wrote over 6,000 that week. Ryan, how much has Andy put on the books in his short 4-week career so far?
So somewhere between probably 45 and 50K. So
wow.
Yeah, he was disappointed. This is the first time he didn't come right at that Eagle mark, but still a great week, right?
Absolutely. 6,000 is huge. Any week that you can put over 5,000 and do that consistently week in and week out, I mean, that's a great income, and that's a huge service to those families. Janelle Stanfield. Ryan, I don't know if you've been as tied into Zeal TV as I have, but she loves that number 2 spot.
Janelle won't give it up. So
she will not. So over 10,000 last week, Janelle Stanfield, and beating her by just 1,000 of premium sold, Andrew Meyer out of St. Louis. Andrew, incredible job. We're so proud of you, and you lead the way in sales within Zeal and Family Heritage. Over 11,000 completing week 34. And wrapping up the first 2/3 of the year. So let's go into top 3 team sales from last week. We've gotten the number 3 spot for the first time on Zeal TV, hitting the top 3 spots. Paul Zimney, Uncle Paul, over 7,000, exactly $7,008 of premium his team wrote. And the cool thing about that was Paul only contributed $1,200 to that 7,000. The rest of that was team production, which is leadership. So number 2 spot, man, these Stanfields love the number 2 spot. There's something about that even number. I don't know what it is. But Kevin Stanfield at 16,404. Guys, you know who's been leading the way in team sales all year. He's sitting right next to me. That's why we brought him in. Ryan Drysdale. That week, 27,492. Great job, Dries. Ryan, what do you attribute that huge week to?
Galley, attributed to really just a lot of people. I think we had somewhere between 8 and 10 producers. So, half as many as we really want out of the organization. But when everybody just does their part, the numbers just get bigger and bigger. So it's really, we had a couple people with good weeks, but mostly it was just people that weren't necessarily having the best week of their career, but they just made it a point to at least protect a family.
Nice.
And when everybody protects a family, then we do a lot of good.
It adds up, right? It adds up. Yeah, everybody matters. So great job, Ryan. Okay, so now we go into the Dynasty division. We're part of the largest division in all Family Heritage. There's several divisions, and each independent agency, Zeal and the independent agency of Dynasty and Symmetry Business Group, and all the independent agencies are part of a collective division. The leader of our division happens to be none than the other Howard Lewis, the founder of Family Heritage. So we're so blessed to have him as our divisional leader. But Howard sent out a monthly report at the end of the month, and recognizing those people within the division. And folks, we're up to 9 agencies that make up Dynasty. Zeal is one of those. And so there's about 350 representatives in all of Dynasty. So check out these numbers and these accomplishments for month 8 to wrap up the month of August. So first off, recruits. Zeal came in number 1 for recruits in month 8. Congrats to you all for doing that. That's an incredible achievement. Year to date in new recruits, Zeal is also number 1 in all of Dynasty and all of Family Heritage. And that's, again, a collective effort of everybody that's chiming in here. All of you all, Ryan, myself included. That's the team. That's the power of the team that we bring forth. Sales month to date, Zeal is also number 1. And Ryan, what's that say? Sales year to date, Zeal is number
1.
Number 1.
Number 1, baby.
Folks, we're not number 1 in every category in all of Family Heritage, but we're number 1 in every category in Dynasty. That's a great starting point. That's something to be proud of, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, we're the very best organization. Literally, Dynasty is the best organization in Family Heritage. So for us to be number 1 in Dynasty, you can't beat it.
That's huge, man. That's huge. So personal recruits, Ryan Drysdale right here in all of Dynasty, number 1 in personal recruits and number 1 in all Family Heritage. So proud of Ryan for his leadership. Nick Burrow in all of Dynasty came up as number 6 in personal recruits. Brian Brickhouse number 8 and Paul Zimney number 11 in all of Dynasty in personal recruits. Sales month to date, Andrew Meyer completing month 8 with an all of Dynasty finish number 1 in all of Dynasty. That means he even beat out Ron Miller.
Wow.
And Ron's,
great job, Andrew. Holy smokes.
Yeah, so that's huge, Andrew. Well done. You are obviously focused. Janelle Stanfield completed the number 4 spot, sales in the last month, and Andy Drysdale finished in the number 10 spot, and that was his first month in business.
Yeah, that's a pretty impressive month, Andy. Keep it up, man.
That's huge. So number 10 out of probably about 300 representatives in this division. Sales year to date. So the entire year of all of Dynasty, Andrew Meyer finishes number 2 with over $202,000 in sales with still a third of the year left. Andrew, that's incredible. Andrew's number 2 right behind Ron Miller.
Yeah.
So Andrew, number 2 is pretty sweet, knowing that you're behind Ron. But man, if you could take over that number 1 spot and beat out Ron Miller, that'd be quite an accomplishment. Sure. That would be huge. Team sales month to date. Check this out. Ryan Drysdale's team, Focus Business Group is the name of his team, and his organization is number 1 month to date in all of Dynasty. Kevin Stanfield takes over the number 3 spot, and Brian Brickhouse the number 7 spot. Team sales month to date. Team sales year to date. Check this out. Ryan Drysdale actually in number 2.
Number 2 spot.
That doesn't feel too good, does it, Ryan?
It doesn't. No, I think old Ronnie's beating me.
Yeah.
So, but not by much. It will just take a few more weeks, and we'll take over that number 1 spot.
I know you will. So. And you've got an incredible team behind you as well. So, and then check this out. Kevin Stanfield in the number 3 spot. So team sales year to date, Zeal has the number 2 and the number 3 teams within. So that's very, very exciting. Folks, we're going to run right into Costa Rica. Probably the most important thing I can tell you about Costa Rica. There's 5 weeks left. It's not on 2 hands anymore. It's just 5. So we're counting them down. The weeks are flying by. So if you have committed and it's important for you to be in Costa Rica, you just can't delay. So check this out. I'm going to go through this quickly. Listen for your name. The first way you win is in personal sales. With 5 weeks left, the personal sales over the 17-week qualification, there's 2 levels, 80,000 and 95,000. Here's the individuals that can still win Costa Rica. Chris Dell, you've got 58,000 left. Chris, that sounds like a lot, but it is definitely still possible. That's about an eagle for the remaining 5 weeks. Andy Drysdale, 39,000. Andy, 39,000 left. You can totally attain that. Joel Jankowski, 56,000 left. But Joel, the reason why I bring you up, that's a lot of insurance to sell in 5 weeks, but you promised that you would be in Costa Rica, right?
He did. Yeah, we definitely want to celebrate with you, Joel. That's for sure.
Yeah, Joel, that was your commitment, and that was your heartfelt commitment. So we're behind you all the way. 56,000 left. Lisa Keating, 42,000 left. Lisa, I know you're going to be there. Brandy Stanfield. Brandy McClure, sorry, Brandy. I know you've got your own name. It's a powerful name. Brandy McClure, 38,000 left. Brandy, you are right on track. Check this out. Andrew Myers got 34,000 left to win level 2 to get to 95,000 and win the entire trip paid for him and a guest. Janelle Stanfield has 30,000 left to win level 2. And I threw this guy in there because I believe in him. I believe in all of you. But there's real reality and you know, to the situation as well. But Stan Turner, Stan's got 58,000 left. And Stan, just like with Chris and a couple of these others and Joel that have close to 60,000 left, I bring that up because I believe that you can do it with the right focus and the right activity. So then the second way that you can win, here's the individuals that are on pace that could potentially win the second method of winning Costa Rica. You have to have 50,000 in personal sales and 5 recruits. The second level of that is 60,000 in personal sales and 7 recruits wins the entire trip. So Brian Brickhouse, you need 30,000 left in sales. You've already hit the recruits for the highest level, Brian. So you just need to sell 30,000 left in the next 5 weeks. Nick Burrell, 22,000 left and 1 more recruit. So Nick, you're way on pace, man. Just keep up the consistency. And Paul Zimney, got a little work to do, Paul. You've got 28,000 left and 1 recruit to win that first level on the second way that you can win it. Orlando, 13 weeks left. 13 weeks left to be in Orlando. Ryan, you have how many kids?
We've got 4 kids, so we're going to have a lot of Mickey Mouse ears going on. That's for sure.
You guys will be in Orlando, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. The kids they're already expecting it. So
Awesome.
We told them, a few months ago when it came out that they were going, so it's done.
That's good. It's done. That's belief, as he's telling his family before he wins it. Hey, mark your calendars, family. Telling his kids, we're going to Orlando. And Ryan, you can't look those kids in the eyes and if you didn't win and tell them, hey guys, sorry, Dad didn't follow through on his commitments.
No, that's that would break trust for life, right?
Right, and that's Mickey and Minnie Mouse. So level 1 winners so far, guys. This thing just rolled off 7 weeks ago. We already have some winners. Andy Drysdale has accomplished level 1 of Orlando. Andy, you're going to Orlando. Congrats, man. Ryan here. Ryan's already accomplished level 1. Ryan, you're going to Orlando.
That's awesome.
Congrats, man. Andrew Meyer has accomplished level 1. Great job, Andrew. And Janelle Stanfield. Folks, again, 13 weeks left, but that's more than 2 hands. Don't start to focus on this when it's less than 1 hand to get down to winning that incentive. Okay, so we're going to go into a new rep spotlight real quick. We've got a new representative. You heard from him in the webinar this morning, Friday morning. His name's Cody Boyers, and I want y'all to hear and see this individual's face. He's had his best week of his career. It's really been his first week. He's written over 7,000 of insurance. He's approaching 10K, but his goal this week is 12K. And this is the guy's first week. Never sold anything like this, relatively close to this in his life. So let's listen to Cody and see what Cody has to say and what he can share with us to his early success in his career.
Hello everyone, I'm Cody Boyers. I'm 22 years old. I live in Poplar Bluff, Missouri. I'm a recent graduate from college and I just started selling for Family Heritage about 3 weeks ago. I joined Family Heritage for the financial freedom and also because I love this product. It really does help families out there, and it's also, you don't have to be a great salesman to sell this product. The product does sell itself. My first 3 weeks, it was rough. I had a lot of people lined up to talk to. Not a lot of people though, when I got in the door, wanted to buy. They just wanted to kind of see it. I couldn't actually submit a sell. It was hard. It was tough. I couldn't even get my own family to. It took a while, but it was long days in the field, 8-10 hour days, knocking on doors, getting told no. And it wasn't easy. It wasn't going to businesses and them having, they're running you out before you even get in the door. But I stuck with it, and this last week so far, I'm at $8,000 in premiums. And it all kind of started because the week before, I went and seen this, I guess you can call her a friend, and she was cutting my hair, and I was telling her about it. And before I could even get done explaining it, she was already telling me, oh, my dad needs it, my brother, my sister, I know some friends that need it. So that's kind of how my whole business started. I was just getting my hair cut one day, and I was giving this sales pitch to this one lady, and it kind of just took off. So I went down, I met with her dad, and I demoed him for maybe 2-3 minutes, and he was already sold on it. He loved what it did. He had no retirement, and he's using this as a retirement plan, but it's also, if you don't use it, he's also protected. He loved that. I sold to him, and his employee was right there, and he was listening to it. And we actually sold to him that day as well. So it was a big day for me. I sold $7,200 in premiums in one day simply because I just went down, got my hair cut, and then went down and talked to her dad. So if I had any advice, just don't give up. Keep going. It's going to turn around as long as you just put in the hours. Thank you.
Cody, man, that is awesome. Brother, you are leading the way of new representatives this week, and that is incredible. It's so exciting to see what you're doing. And guys, as you listen to Cody and see his face and listen to him talk, you have to think, man, if this guy with that background can do this, so can I. So can I. Folks, we have thousands of success stories just like Cody's nationwide. Cody, you're rocking it, man. Keep it up. Now, the key to your future success is consistency. It's one thing to have a great week, but next week you turn that switch right back on. You reframe your mindset and you do it again. So that's just the deal. So guys, I am running hoarse and drying my because I've been speaking so much. I'm excited to hear from this guy. The reason why we brought him on is because he is an incredible leader in life and in business and to his church and community. And he's going to talk to you about some of the lessons of life and business today. And so we're going to turn it over to Ryan Drysdale. I'll wrap things up at the end just with a couple of things, as we always do, and we'll close out the third episode of Zeal TV. But until then, let's move it right on to Ryan. Ryan, talk to us.
Cool, guys. So George asked me if I could share, 5 or 6 minutes on something that I felt was important for the business. And if you've been with me for a long time, then you've probably seen something similar that I like to do every now and then, just to remind people kind of what it really takes to get the deal done here in all aspects, whether it's selling, whether it's recruiting, or whether it's training. So I want to show you guys my demonstration of what I do to teach how to do those things effectively. So I'm an outdoors guy, right? So I spend a lot of time outside. I spend a lot of time with the kids, shooting our bows, shooting guns, just being out on the farm. So we like to shoot clay pigeons. Okay, so if you don't know what those are the little orange things that you throw up in the air, and you shoot them and they bust all over the place, right? So kids love it. The challenge is teaching a kid how to be able to shoot a moving target. It's hard enough to teach a kid how to shoot something that's just still, right? But teaching them as they grow up to shoot something that's flying through the air is even more tough. But here's the secret. I'm going to show this little diagram so you can really see what I mean here. But here's the deal: when you're teaching a kid to shoot a clay pigeon, the main thing that you have to do, George, is you've got to teach him to shoot it when that clay pigeon is basically still. Okay, and so that clay pigeon, as it rises, it's going to hit a point where it peaks, right, before really gravity takes over and it starts to fall. And so what you teach these kids to help them have success is you just have to teach them to hold their gun to kind of follow that clay pigeon until it basically levels out, and then it's like shooting something that's standing still, right? That's the easiest shot you have. Now you can hit it as it's going up, and you can hit it as it's going down, but your odds are drastically lower once that clay pigeon starts to fall, right? Because now it's falling away from you, it's falling fast because it has gravity on its side, and the angle that it's falling is a lot more direct. And so it's just really tough. It can be done, but very rarely will you hit a clay pigeon once it peaks and starts to fall.
Is that why last time we went shooting, I didn't shoot hardly any?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So we told George, don't shoot until it starts to fall, and that way we knew we win the competition. So if you look at my diagram here, guys, 2/3 of the way up here, there's a big line, right? And that line says the buying line. So shooting clay pigeons is exactly like shooting. Or exactly like selling insurance, right? So I want to relate this to insurance for a second. when we demo somebody, right? When we get there, George, that clay pigeon is basically, we've just launched it, right? They have no idea why we're there. They may know if they're a referral that we're there to sell them something, but they don't really know anything about the product, right? So we've got to pique their interest, right? By asking them a series of questions to get them to really sell themselves, right? Once they kind of realize what our program does, George, and they buy into the fact that they need it, right? They've crossed that buying line, right? So now that they're a lot easier to close, just like that clay pigeon's a lot easier to shoot, because now they're bought in, right? They're at their peak, right? But what a lot of new agents do, and sometimes even vets, if you find yourself in a rut, what you'll realize is you're letting that person get below the buying line again, right? And just like a clay pigeon, once it flies, it can't come back up above that buying line. Every now and then you'll get lucky and shoot it, 1 out of 10 or 1 out of 20 or 1 out of 30 you'll shoot and you'll get it right before it hits the ground. But for the most part, you've lost them. And we do that because we talk too long, we bore them, we ask too many questions, we share too many benefits, we spend too much time with them once they're ready. Just like that clay pigeon, once it peaks, it's only got a few seconds, right, before it starts falling. These people only have several minutes of being engaged. I mean, we all have ADD, right? I mean, they've only got a few minutes before they literally are not closable anymore, right? And then they'll start to tell you stuff. If you're hearing stuff like, George, can you get back with me? Guys, you let them, and you thought to yourself, man, I felt like they really needed this and they believed it. It's probably because you bored them long enough, or you lost them somewhere, you talked too long, that they fell below the buying line. And they're going to say things like, let us look at our budget. Can you come back? Let us pray on it tonight. Hey, we want to see what we've got with some other company. Let us compare. Guys, if you hear that a lot, what's happening is you might be really good at building the need, but you're not closing them when that need is built. You're not closing them fast enough. They're starting to fall. So this works with sales. I want you to really, really take a peek into your demo right now. And if you're in a rut or you haven't started selling as much as you'd like to, I want you to just ask yourself, am I letting these people fall below the buying line? Because, George, I mean, you and I have both. I mean, how many times have we sold a product and never even shown a benefit?
Right. Yeah,
right?
It's happened a lot.
Oh, my gosh. I bet between the two of us, we have 100 clients that bought and never even saw the benefit. They just felt the need, and for whatever reason, it was the right time to close them. I'm not promoting don't show benefits, right? But the whole point, that proves the point, is that when that person's ready, you can close them. Go straight to your application, close them, do a price build up, and they're done, right? So guys, that's this diagram that you're looking at. That is real life in sales. But I also want to talk to you about how it's real life in recruiting, right? So if you're in recruiting right now, which we all should be, whether it's field recruiting, whether it's calling resumes, whether it's a friend or a family member, it's the same concept, right? When you get them interested, when you tell them what you do, and they say, "Hey, give me some information," George, you've got to get that information into their hands right now, because when you start talking about it, that clay pigeon has been launched, right? And it's moving up, and you've only got a certain amount of time for that person to see what it is, become engaged, and for you to follow up with them and close them and offer them a position with our company before they've just gotten, it's been too long and they don't remember how they felt when they watched those videos or when you told them about the company, or they've been recruited by other agencies, or they're a really sharp person and they've been offered another job. So guys, it's the same concept with recruiting, is that, guys, when you start moving on that, you need to move on it and not forget about it. You can't have a day where you don't connect with that person that's in your pipeline of somebody that might be hired, right? Either by giving them a video, talking to them on the phone, letting them talk to somebody else in the organization, letting them read a testimonial, something. You've got to do something to keep them engaged so that you can close them while they're above the buying line. Does that make sense, George?
Makes a lot of sense. And Ryan, as you're talking about that, your twin boys are probably at the age now where they can actually hold the shotgun, right?
Yeah, oh yeah, they're shooting clay pigeons.
But a year or two ago when they started, it was probably pretty shaky. They probably didn't have the physical ability and confidence to move the gun to the position. But you told them, you said, boys, you're not there yet, but you need to fake it. You need to muster it up. You just need to get through it, because someday as your body grows and your brain develops and you become comfortable and confident with this, it'll become natural. So a new agent, a new recruiter, whoever it is, that's great to start to close them, but you got to have that posture, that confidence, that internal strength, regardless if you feel it or not. You've got to fake it. Oh. You've got to just do it. You've got to charge forward with confidence to close that deal, to bring that new recruit in. People don't just buy. and people don't just come on board with our company to work here. We are the drivers of that, right?
Yeah,
So,
somewhere along the way, you've got to shoot the gun.
right.
Right? And if you don't shoot it, doesn't matter how much you point it or talk about it. Like, that clay pigeon's never going to break until you pull the trigger, right?
Exactly.
And so I did exactly what George was talking about, actually. I literally would hold the boys would get in position. I'd have them perfect, and I would hold the gun for them so it would take some of that pressure because they weren't strong enough, right? And then we'd launch the clay pigeon, and then I'd let it go because they could only hold it for a few seconds to pull. And they wouldn't hit every one, right? But use that same analogy here, guys. If someone hired you, you have a team leader, you have somebody that you worked with, let them hold your gun for a little while until you've got the strength and the know-how to really do the entire process by yourself. But you can at least do some of it. So that's the recruiting side. And the last part I want to talk about, guys, is once you have recruited somebody, the actual sales process for a new agent to get on the board. Brian Brookhouse talked about it this morning, actually, on our webinar about how important it is to get those people on board in their first week, second week, or third week. It's the same thing, right? It's the buying line. Is that once those new agents come on board, their clay pigeon is launched, right? They need to make money, and they've only got a period of time there. So if you're not helping your agents, or if you are one of these agents and you're not setting up appointments with your hot list of people and the referrals and the people that you know to get in front of them and taking your team leader with you to help hold the gun, if you're not doing that, then you're probably eventually in the next day or two or week, you're going to fall below the buying line. You're going to be looking for another job, right? You're going to miss out on one of the best opportunities, if not, in my opinion, the best opportunity in America, because you just didn't, either you weren't given the right direction or you just didn't take the action, the A in Zeal, you didn't take the action to go out and set up those appointments and let somebody help you hold the gun to shoot that clay pigeon. So I know that's a funny analogy, but hey, man, I'm a farm boy at heart and I'm an outdoorsman. This is the only stuff that I can relate to. So you start talking technical stuff and you lost me, but you start talking about hunting or fishing or something with people and I'll stay engaged. So guys, use this analogy. Think about this when you're in the sales process today, when you're recruiting your next person, and third, when you've actually brought that person on board. Guys, you really haven't helped them shoot clay pigeons, that you can help them go out and make sales, and they're a productive agent here. So that's what I got for you, George.
Ryan, really appreciate your leadership and your insight. So this is coming, the words of wisdom from a guy that's been in the trenches, still in the trenches, doing the deal, working more, longer, harder, more focused, investing more capital into his business than he ever has. And he's one of the experienced guys. So really shows how much he cares about the people he works with and the leadership that he's bringing forth. So anyway, so guys, we're gonna change gears. I wanna share with you a little insight from a representative who's kind of in that point of his career where he's been here for almost a year. It's Dan Lorenz. Dan's been here for almost a year. He came from the industry, but didn't have a overwhelming success with the company he was with for about a year and a half, 2 years to transition to work with Zeal and Family Heritage. And just had a beautiful baby girl, married to his wife Katie, and just a great guy, a really solid human, and a great sales professional, and one of our up and coming future team leaders within the organization. So I thought that a lot of you that are kind of in that middle phase, that early but not brand new, but not veteran, not in full stride, kind of that middle phase of your career can really relate to Dan. So let's take a couple moments and hear what Dan has to share with us as to what keeps him ticking and motivated moving forward.
Hi there. I've been asked the question, what motivates and drives me to keep pushing forward in my career here with Zeal? The number one answer that I can think of is my daughter, my 3.5, almost 4-month-old daughter. That's one of the biggest things that pushes me, just to give me the opportunity. Zeal gives me the opportunity to give her the best life possible, to spend as much time with her also for my work-life balance. I really do appreciate the freedom that I get and the opportunity I'm given to give her the best life that I really can. The other thing that really does motivate me as well is being able to make a difference in people's lives. I know that every time that I sit down with someone, when I walk away from that person, I've made a difference in their life, whether or not we're able to start something for them or not. I know that in the end, they're coming away from our appointment, from our time sitting down, better off than when we started. So those are the two biggest things that really motivate me. That's what I got.
Dan, thank you for your words of wisdom. Very inspiring, very encouraging. We believe in you. We entrust in you, and you're doing awesome, man. So keep up the good work. Zeal, we are going to wrap it up, and as we always do, to close out episode 3, I don't even need my notes. This is our 3rd time doing this. We are Zeal. Z is for zealous. It's an intense passion for achievements. E is for energy. We bring a positive energy into people's lives daily. A is for action. Ryan said it earlier. Folks, we don't talk about doing stuff and accomplishing our dreams and making things happen. We do it. We get results. We're a results-oriented company and culture. And L is for leadership. We are on a constant pursuit to develop leaders daily. Zeal, Ryan, Zeal family, friends, anyone else checking this out, thank you for being a part of Zeal TV episode 3. Until next week, have a wonderful one. Look forward to speaking with you soon. And thank you to this guy, Ryan Drysdale,
Good stuff.
for being our first guest on Zeal TV. We'll talk to y'all soon.